Namaste and good morning.
Good morning.
So, is this your last day for the course?
Last day?
I am just asking, like in general, we are just completing the batch.
I,
Like, mhm.
I don't know when is my last day. I think on 26th.
Okay. So for you, maybe it is 26. I mean, for the classes, I think this is the last day. I mean, for
Okay.
your anatomy sessions, you are from 200 hours, right?
Yes.
Yes. So for your sessions, for the classes, it can be the last day.
Okay, so from
Like
tomorrow, anatomy class is not there.
from tomorrow.
Anatomy class is not there.
Not only about anatomy, I think, but about the rest of the classes as well, I think.
Okay, I'll see. But from tomorrow, anatomy class is not there.
I will also check it out again one more time, but I know that there is a last day for the 200 hours course at we complete the classes till 24 as per I have been told by the school.
Okay.
So that is what we will see.
Okay.
Yesterday we did all the revision
Mm-hmm.
and today we will see about some presentations and some activities and some questions. Have you prepared something like what we studied in these last 3 days or just
I
something? Mhm.
can give you a topic, but I'll not present today. I'll present tomorrow. I can present.
No, no problem. Like it is not compulsory actually, but it is just like for a revision purpose. The
Oh,
purpose is just to revise the things what we have been learning. So it will
mm,
be the both way communication with the teachers and the students as well, like for this concept. Now we will revise again. We will just wait for the couple of minutes for the rest of the people. There will be the two more students we see, but with Anusha and Vadika, I think there will be two more
if you
students.
are saying tomorrow is not class, then how will I present?
No, I am saying it is not compulsory, so I said I have been told to conduct till today only
Oh,
and till 24th. I never knew or I did not know that the school has not told you or about the session. Wait a second. Maybe I am confused. I would like to check the date.
yeah.
Can you tell me what is the date today?
Today
See,
is
it is
20.
24th, right?
Yeah.
So 24th is the last class for me for
Oh,
200 hours, and
okay.
the 28th is the last class for me for the 300 hours.
Okay.
Like for me, not for
Mm.
you. I am not, yes, like so. Namaste, Vadika ji, and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We would like to ask you as well, Vadika ji, as this is our last session, I think, isn't it, for the 200 hours?
So we'll have to confirm we started from 1st of August and today
Yes,
is
is the 24th. So we have the
24.
24 class.
Yeah.
Yep. Till the 24th, we have to complete this. Up till now, in the previous week, whatever we have been studying and learning about the systems, like we started with the cells, tissues, organs, along with the respective systems like digestive, respiratory, skeletal, muscular, and at the end also about the cardiovascular, along with it side by side some of the asana therapies, like a bit involved with this system. So today we can just again revise or If you have prepared a topic or anything, you can ask me the questions as well. Today will be the activity. Today will be your presentation, like 5 minutes, minimum 5 minutes or minimum 10 minutes. You can speak on some topic, what you prepared. So can I ask you, Vadika ji, have you?
Sir, I read the digestive system. I can
Yes.
explain that.
Yes, great. That we can do again now. But before we will start with the opening prayer, and then I will allow you to explain the digestive system as well.
But one thing, sir, I'll be doing it
Yeah.
without video because that will be fine. Only audio will do.
No
Or you want-
problem, huh?
Okay.
No problem. If you want to on a video, you can on a video. Even I have never seen any one of the students from the 200 hours, but it's the last day, so you can at least show me how are the students actually and how you present if you wish. But no problem, it is not a compulsion. We will just chant a mantra first. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Take a long breath and chant Om one time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much. Yes, we can proceed with the digestive system with Vadika ji, and I will tell you why we will do or why we are doing this or what are the benefits of this presentation for you as a student and in future as well. And also some guidelines I will tell you as an anatomy teacher in general about all the subjects, all the teachers, what a yoga teacher should follow in his life. In few words, I will say. So can you proceed with you, Adhikachi?
Yes, sir. 2 minutes. I'm coming. 2 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Up till here, even if you have any questions or anything, you can ask me as well side by side. Like you have not understood this thing or anything or any question about yoga, you can ask me as well. So basic thing we will cover today.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start.
Yes, yes, you can start.
Basically, in digestive system, you explained as the process of indigestion, secretion, mixing and movement, and digestion. So elaborating them, in indigestion, you explained that it is basically the intake of food, the one which we are doing through the mouth. So observe all the nutrition which we are taking through food is done in the first part, which is indigestion. And that is followed by secretion. Secretion was when we are intaking the food, the saliva is mixing that particular food. Through saliva, that particular food is like nutrition we are taking from the food. After that, we have mixing and movement, in which the food is getting to our food pipes. And with the help of acids and enzymes, the process of digestion is taking place in our intestine. Then we have digestion. So digestion was basically chemical uses of chemical digestion in our body. So after that, you explain further, like drawing a diagram, which I cannot right now. So the process start this way. Through mouth, we are taking the food. Then it is going to the pharynx, the epiglottis, the food pipe. And we have a food pipe and stomach and liver is connected through pancreas. So what is this? Through pancreas, I think bile, if I'm pronouncing this right, bile is formed, the acidic, the yellow acid, which is transferred to liver. It is going back to the liver. And after all this process, first the food is going to the small intestines, which is 1.5 centimeter in width and one second. So, give me 2 minutes, na? 2 minutes, I will get it.
Harbiji, till then you have any questions, you can also ask me, because I think we can see each other or in the next month if it will start and if you are been present with the school, because the next classes will start from the next month from the day one for the 200 hours.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I
So this
don't
is like,
have any such doubt, but I was just asking you what you have taught on Saturday. I was not there on Saturday.
this is a very difficult question, but okay. Like to think about Saturday. Yeah, cardiovascular system. I did completed the cardiovascular system on the Saturday.
Okay.
So about the heart and about the blood vessels and about the heart. So how does the heart pump the blood in all the body? So that I completed on Saturday.
Okay.
We will proceed with Vajikaji and we'll come back, okay, to the question.
Yes,
Till
sir.
then you can write down the question.
Okay. And after the small intestine, the food is going to be passing through the large intestine, and through rectum and the anus, the one which is not required is excreted. So after that, you explained in detail the canines and everything. So digestive system is done. So I cannot hear you. It's me.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
The right explanation given by you, Vajikaji, there will be the understanding the concept. At least you have cleared the concept. But yeah, you can mute yourself.
Yes, sir, I'll get back.
Yep. Until then, we have like Hardeep. So, was on Saturday about the heart and the blood vessels. So, how does the heart pump the blood, the oxygenated blood? How our cells get the blood which is rich in oxygen, and how the impure blood or deoxygenated blood from the cells or the body gets back into the heart. So this is the circulatory system, like circulatory loop we have just seen on Saturday. You will find it in the video if they have put it on the YouTube, maybe on their channel.
I'll see that.
Yep. And you were present, I think, on Friday. On the Friday, I think you were present, right?
Yeah, I was there
Yeah.
on Friday.
Yeah. So we have seen almost like the 5 major systems. Like we have covered a lot of things, like more than a lot of things in this couple of days. Actually, these things takes a lot of time to cover. Like there are many years and years to understand these things in deeply. But in short, we have understood. And I hope you.
Body.
Yes.
We have understood each and every part of the body, what is their function, what they do. How do you?
Yeah, really, I'm really feel like happy if hearing you like this, like if you have cleared the concept in this small period of time. It's really great then, even if we studied. But was the concept clear, honestly? What we
Yeah,
learned?
all the concept what you have taught, it was all clear.
Yes. And I'm not saying like you have to remember now, but the concept was clear, that is perfect then.
Yeah, you taught it was clear, but I have to revise so that it will all clear to me.
Yes, you have to take or your time in the future. Like if your goal is to teach any yoga, so you need these basic concepts of anatomy as well. Like, is it your goal to teach yoga in your life in future?
Yeah, I'm thinking to be a yoga teacher.
Yoga teacher, yoga instructor, because what happens,
Yeah,
even
yoga
if,
instructor.
yeah, so all these things require, because you will have many students, not only you, all the students here learning will have your own students in front of you. That time, as a yoga instructor, the knowledge of asana or pranayama is not sufficient. So that time we need to take our class. Actually, I'm not saying only to you as a student. For all the students, maybe they will watch this later. This is very important to know, because very different types of students are sitting in front of us or practicing with us. Some has different physical problems, some have different mental health problems, some have different psychological problems. So about these problems and about this science and the spirituality, how we connect the science with the spirituality, some basic things at least we should know as your
Yeah.
teacher. Yes, here. So it will be helpful, like even if your students will ask you some questions in future, that some about some muscles, about your bones, or about the digestion, about the respiration, how it happens, or it's like
Mm-hmm.
you will be able to know like how to respond that person as a teacher. Today I will be not speaking you like or teaching you anything, but just guiding. I will be guiding, giving some guidelines. Also, as a part of a teacher, try to teach in your life what you apply on yourself. If as
Yes.
a teacher we are not teaching what we are applying, I am saying as a teacher, then we will not be happy if we did not apply that thing on ourselves before teaching others. This is not only about the anatomy, philosophy, Ayurveda, therapy, or this whiteboard in front. In our life, how we build our life daily, how we just grow every day, every moment, and how we try to keep our desires less, and how we have to keep our ego less. That is what, if we apply by keeping these desires and ego as much as less, and then apply the yoga, what we studied, then we could be definitely happy in what we are being teaching. And we start, you can take your notes, you can carry your notes while you teach, but you have to apply those things what you have written in your notes. Even if you carry the notes in your hand while you will teach, but you should apply that. Then your energy will, from your heart, will enter the energy of your students or enter in their heart. So as a teacher, some teachers do only teach from the books what they read without applying. Just for an example, I will tell you. Did you like, do you know Bhagavad Gita?
Yes.
Yes. So Bhagavad Gita, our holy book. This Bhagavad Gita, thousands and thousands, many people knows Bhagavad Gita. If I will
Mhm.
tell them, have you read Bhagavad Gita? Then many people will say, yes, I know Bhagavad Gita. I read Bhagavad Gita. I have read Bhagavad Gita 10 times, 100 times. But if we will ask honestly, have we understood Bhagavad Gita? Not on the age. Even if we read this Bhagavad Gita, the holy book, or any book, understanding or concept, clearing the concept is more important than the way we read. Even we read 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, or 1,000 times the book. If we apply that, we just clear the concept, and the concept is clear. We know what is good thing to do and what is bad thing to do in the life based on upon our own karma. So some things in life, try to teach as a teacher from your heart. In your students, your place will be very much like a yogi. I will be not saying or calling myself as a yogi or anything, just a yoga teacher, honestly. But even after having an experience of 10 to 15 years in the teaching field with, but a yogic thing is we have to keep our own desires and egoless and teach from the heart. That's it as a teacher, and try to apply, because people do some kinds of addictive or addiction. So they couldn't teach pranayama, or they couldn't teach, like if some of the people who are smoking in their life, some teachers, not like the people like us, I am saying, those teachers who will try to teach the pranayama to their students, they will just teach from the books, or they will just teach it for the business, or just for the fees or the money. They will not be happy unless and until they will apply what they will speak from their own mouth. So first we have to apply. Then the benefits will be more to your students, because you will directly share your prana from your heart to your students, not only the knowledge from the book. So just these things very basic to keep it in mind in future. And about anatomy and physiology things, there is much more deep. There are many more things to know, but we have these 200, 300, or 500. But this is all, again, I will tell you honestly, I am just honest. Like this allows us to become an officially registered yoga teacher, but it is on our us that how we have to present, or how we will become a yogi into the heart of other people, not only by the speaking from our own mouth, or not just a social media yogi. So that depends on our own, how we develop ourselves and how we can teach from our heart and to our own students like this in future. So this is what all was necessary until here, what we have learned in these 3 weeks. Even it was anatomy, but all in your subject, not only with me, but with all the teachers, what you learned, that was what necessary in this course. Namaste, Anusha ji. Good morning.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, Anusha ji, we have like done some 5 minutes presentation with Vadika ji, and we have been discussing some things or guidelines as a yoga teacher as well, how we can be the professional yoga teacher and how we need to deal with the life as a yoga teacher. what should we do and what should we follow. Okay. But now if you want to say or discuss some things about any topics or any subject as well, you can let me know, Anushaji, for 5-10 minutes. Or any questions if you have, you can also let me know. Hello, am I audible, Anu? Okay. So do you want to speak about some topic or anything? Have you been prepared or anything on the topic? Or can we just discuss some questions with everyone? Yes, Anushaji.
Can discuss questions. I'm having bad throat today.
Oh, okay. No problem. We will just discuss some basic things again. And would like to tell or ask you as well, is this the last day of our course? Because I have been told until 24th. So I think we have the last day. Okay, Anushaji, on this today. So it is not compulsory. It was not compulsory for the presentation. It was just the guidelines and the confidence level of confidence, how you speak, how you present your skills. It was all on that about the knowledge. So maybe it is the last day for the 200-hour course with me. Then, so try to ask me as much as questions and in this session, because we have completed a lot of things in this minimum period of time with lots of systems and some therapies or some basic asanas with related to that system. Starting with, and Vajika ji, am I audible for you? I would like
Yes.
to tell you something. So when you did your presentation, it was all correct and right. But the very first step, when you said about the process ingestion, so the process is ingestion. And ingestion is different from indigestion. But you have pronounced the word indigestion. Indigestion is not in the process of digestive system. That is ingestion, the intake.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But the concept was clear. Your concept was clear. What you spoke about it, but the word was ingestion. No problem. So here also something, anything else about what you have been learned, you want to ask, or I will just ask for 5-10 minutes any question. You can just, any one of you, raise your hand or unmute yourself to answer the questions. Now be frank and open upon our last thing. I will start with the question of from the skeletal system. Can you tell me what are the 3 kinds of bone joints? Yes. The types of bone joints, the simple names. At least the simple names. Yes, anyone? Vajika ji or Hardeep
Can you please
ji.
repeat the question?
Can you tell me what are the kinds of bone joints or types of bone joints in our body? Cleared? Yes, Hardeep ji or Anusha ji. The bone joints. I hope you remember the simple bone joints which are unmovable, semi-movable, and movable. These are the names of bone joints. But what are these names of bone joints in anatomical terms now? I told you the simple terms. unmovable, semi-movable, movable. Now, in anatomical terms, what are these bone joints named? Fibrous bone joints, cartilaginous bone joints, and synovial bone joints. Okay, the second thing I will want to ask you about this synovial bone joint. Where is the ball and socket joint in our body? Yes, anyone, unmute yourself and can answer. What are the examples of ball and socket joint in our body? Shoulder and
Fingers, below
yeah,
finger, as we rotate fingers or
okay. No. Wait a second, Anusha ji, Hardeep ji. The only two joints are there. Those are ball and socket joint. So shoulders and hip are ball and socket joint. So yes, the fingers joints as you rotate, these are condyloid joint. It does not rotate in all the axis, but our ball and socket joint will move in all the axis, in front, in the back, and in 360-degree all around. So shoulders and hip bone joint. Okay. Then from here, I will ask you some different question about the respiratory system now. So in the respiratory system, where is the location of your voice box? The larynx. I repeat, where is the location of the larynx in voice box?
Neck.
In the neck, yes, but where in the neck? Top of the trachea, yes. In the top of the trachea, in the first two rings below the epiglottis, you can say, is our larynx, our voice box. Great. And what are the kinds of throat region, or tell me the types of throat, that is pharynx, the regions of pharynx? Laryngopharynx, osopharynx, and nasopharynx. So where is the nasopharynx?
back
Correct.
of the nose,
Back of the nose, correct. And where is the osopharynx? Back of the mouth, and laryngopharynx below that. About the food pipe and the windpipe, which pipe is in front and which one is in the back? Windpipe in front, correct. And in our stomach, in the digestive system, which type of acid is present? HCl, full form, HCl.
Hydrochloric.
Yes, correct. Hydrochloric acid is correct, present. And what is been absorbed in the small intestine? What is been absorbed in the small intestine? Nutrients.
Nutrients from food.
Yes, correct. So all the nutrients from the food absorbed in small intestine. And what in large intestine? What is been absorbed mostly?
water,
Correct. Water is been absorbed in the large intestine. Now, in our spine, how many vertebrae are there in the cervical region?
Seven,
And how many in lumbar?
5,
Yes. So that is what? Right. All correct. And in our practice, apart from back and spine, which is the most important part, apart from back and spine, where we need to focus, which sacrum bone or our pelvic, our hip. So our hip should be square, the pelvic should be erect, the sacrum and the tailbone is all fused in our pelvic, right from the sacrum and tailbone, all in our pelvic, the most important part, the tilting of the pelvic. These are our hips should be in one straight line, not like up and down. If one pelvic joint or hip joint will move up or one will move up, then we will have problems while sitting as well. We will sit in the half lotus, full lotus with the one knee up and the other knee down. So when the hips are squared, pelvic is squared, both the knees in one line. If you will try and check yourself in the lotus pose, half lotus pose, you will figure it out like one knee is more up than the other. Like this can also happen sometime if our pelvic is not squared. So working on the pelvic, your right knee is always up. So working on our pelvic, hip opening, hip opening. So your right pelvic joint is not open, your right hip bone joint not open. So we can do the right hip opener move to bring that knee down. We don't have to work on the knee, but from the where it originates, here from our hip joint, bringing the pelvic in shape, in balanced position will allow your knee to go down. If your knee will go down, you will also feel less pain in your opposite ankle. So when you sit in the lotus pose and your right knee is up, you will feel pain in your left ankle because the pressure is on that ankle as well, like this. So we think our ankle is in another position, or we have problem with the ankle, or we have the problem with the knee, but no, the problem is with the hip. So working on the hip will clear that problem as well directly, like this. So hip bone joint more important than the back and spine. We can keep it straight in the practice of yoga. So this much you will figure it out. Now your journey has been started, just started. Until now, at least in my point of view, I will speak. Whatever you have been learning in these few weeks or 3 weeks before, it was just the beginning. And with the practice, you will learn more. I also told before to Harjeet ji and Vadika that we have to teach in our life as a teacher, not only from the books or the whiteboard, but what we apply in our life, that we can teach from our heart. So even your students will have that same prana which you gain, or what the knowledge which you gain and what you apply that in your day-to-day life here. Not only what we read from the books without applying that. So all the very best for all of you. If this is the last session for some of you in your life, and try to keep in practice, try to keep consistency in practice, try not to miss a single day in your practice, and at least try to practice minimum 15 minutes. Even if we have the body pain, if we have the throat pain, if we have the back pain, if we are sick, but don't take a holiday for the practice of yoga. At least even if we cannot move, yoga is not only asana. I am telling at least try to practice sitting pranayama, seated meditation. If we cannot move our body or unable to move our body one day, so try to switch it, but try not to miss a single day. At least practice 15 minutes. At least spend 1 hour, I will say, for the yoga every day. Or if we are sick or ill or our body does not support, at least spend 15 minutes every day to practice asana, kriyas, pranayama, meditation at least. Keep in touch and keep this consistency. All the very best, people. We will end the session now. Okay, so we can chant,
Much.
or if you have to say anything, you can ask, or we will end with chanting the mantra now. So we chant the mantra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was a good learning experience with you.
Yes, yes. Please say something. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarjeet ji, Vadika ji. I'm happy and glad to know like you have understood the concept. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anusha ji. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Now we will chant one mantra and one Om, maybe one last time in this course with me. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhave. Take a long breath and chant Om one time. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much, people. And Namaste, Hari Om. Wish you all the best. I will end up the meeting now. Thank you.